Good morning, Shabbat Shalom. Welcome back. To begin our service this morning, during morning services, it's traditional for Jewish people of age 13 and up to wear a talit. We'll begin by inviting Rowan's mom, Cheryl, to the bima to present Rowan with his talit, and then we'll join together in the blessing. Begin our service on page 140 with Matzuvu. On page 144, 145, as we join together for the blessing for our bodies, beginning with the second paragraph on page 145. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who has fashioned the human body with sublime wisdom, creating an intricate network of veins, arteries, structures, and organs, each of which must function properly for our survival. Praised are you, O God, who heals all creatures and performs wonders. From a blessing for our bodies to a blessing for our souls, we continue in the middle of page 144 with Elohai Neshama.
Elohai Neshama Shenatata Bi Tehorahi 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 Elohai Neshama Shenatata Bi Tehorahi.
Continue at the top of page 146 with the morning blessings.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan l'sech v'bina v'chaychin ven yom u'ven layla.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam sha'asani b'tzalmo.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani ben chorim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani Yisrael.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam pokeach ivrim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam malbish harumim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zokef tefufim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam rokach haaretz al hamayim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam sha'asa b'kotzor kli.
Amen. Baruch atah.
When we were looking for a streaming platform, we were looking for something reliable. It just had to work. We needed something that was easy to use, not only for the people doing the broadcast, but for our employees that were on the other end to be able to watch a secure stream. How difficult or easy was that?
Israel B'Torah.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam oter Yisrael b'tifara.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hanoten le'yared koach. Amen.
I would like to invite up my cousin Micaiah Silvan for a reading on prayer.
Prayer requires no consecrated edifice and no appointed hour. Indeed, it needs no words or forms fixed and eternal. Prayer is a step on which we rise from the self we are to the self we wish to be. Prayer is not an escape from duty. It is no substitute for the deed. Prayer seeks the power to do wisely, to act generously, to live helpfully. Prayer takes us beyond the self, joining our little self to the selfhood of humanity. It gives our wishes the freedom to grow, large and broad and inclusive. Our prayers are answered not when we are given what we ask, but when we are challenged to be what we can be.
We'll continue with the Psalm for Shabbat, Psalm 92, on page 168.
בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות.
We continue on page 168, 4 lines from the bottom, with Sadiq Katamar Yifrach.
Sadiq Katamar Yifrach
Lebanon Yiskan Shetumim Bebeit Adonai Bechatzrot Eloheinu Yafrichu Odenu V'seva D'Shenim V'Rahanim Yiyu V'Hagin Ki Yashar Adonai Suri V'lo Alatapo.
We turn to page 180. I'll ask you to please rise for Baruch She'amar.
Baruch She'amar v'haya ha'olam
Baruch Hu,
Baruch Hosei Bereshit
Baruch Omer V'Yosei,
Baruch Gozer U'Mkayem
Baruch Merachem Al Haaretz,
Baruch Merachem Al Habriot
Baruch Meshalem Sachar Tov V'Re'av,
Baruch Elad V'Kayam Lanatzach
Baruch Podeh U'Matzil, Baruch Shemo. You may be seated. Going to continue in this introductory service of Psukei D'Zimra, verses of praise, with Psalm 150, found on page 194.
Hallelujah
Hallelujah, 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 Hallelu, hallelu, hallelu. Hallelu, hallelu, hallelu. Hallelu, hallelu, hallelu. Hallelu, hallelu, hallelu. Baruch Adonai leolam amen amen. Baruch Adonai L'Tzion Shochen Yerushalayim Hallelujah. Baruch Adonai Elohim Elosei Yisrael Osei Niflaot Levado. Ubaruch Shem Kivodo Leolam V'yimalech Kivodo Et Kol Haaretz. Amen ve'amen. We're going to continue with the Shacharit service, which begins with Baruch Hu on page 224. In a moment, Rowan's going to invite up some friends and family to open the ark. You want to do the Chatzi Kaddish? Sounds good to me.
It says to do it on each time.
Let's do it then.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'yamad yivarach Yerutei v'yamlich malchutei.
L'chayei yom echad u'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael.
We use IBM Cloud Video to distribute our video to the masses.
Yitbarach v'yishkabach v'yitbar v'yitman v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei D'Kodashah Leilam in kol berachata v'shirata
Tushbechata v'nefem asa Darin ram v'yamar
v'yimeru.
Amen. In a moment, we'll begin the Shacharit service, which begins with the Baruch Hu on page 224. In the inside back cover of your Siddur, there's a prelude to the Baruch Hu in English. It's at the top of a pasted-on page. We'll begin with that. Rowan has some ark openers to invite up.
My great aunts and uncles, Jack and Sandy Ackerman, June Eager and Lynn Kruger, is what it says here? That's right? Okay. Just making sure. That is right.
So if those people who are called would come forward to open up the ark. It'll help you if you have no compunction. Please rise as the ark is opened. You may be seated. We'll continue on page 228 as Rowan leads us in Eladon.
Eladon kol ha'ma'asim Baruch u'mborach b'fikon neshama Gadol v'tzuvo malei olam Gad v'tvuna sober v'moto Hamizkah al chayot hakodesh V'nedar v'chavod al hamerkava Zechutu shishor lifnei Christo Chesed v'rachamim lifnei chevodo Tovim orach shebara Eloheinu Yitaram b'dat b'bina u'chaskel Koach u'buram natan bahem Liot moshim b'kerev tevel Maleim zivum fikim noga Na'e zivam b'kol ha'olam Samelim b'tzetam b'sasim b'voam Osim b'maraton konam V'kavod notnim nishmot Zechal avarina l'zecher malchuto Ka'al ha'shemesh v'yizrachor Ra'vehitkin surat al-bana Shevach notnim lo Kol tzvam aron Tiferet u'gedula Seraphim ve'yochanim ve'chayot ha'kodesh. I would like to invite up my Uncle Martin for a reading on creation.
And essence reigns supreme above all created beings. Blessed one whom everyone with breath of life must bless. Great one whose abundant goodness fills the world. Discerning one whose knowledge fills all space and emptiness. How proudly does God shine above the holy beings. O beautiful in glory, O chariots divine. Zealous in your merit, your justice fills the throne. Heaven's love and tender care, the glory ever shines. The lights our God created are filled with every good. You, O God, have fashioned them with knowledge and with care, kindling amid their heart your awesome might and power, leaving them to govern night and day forevermore. Magnificent your brightness, your beams so radiant. Now all is luminescent, all space they now do fill. So joyous in emergence, so happy in return, obedient in dread of their Creator's awesome will. Pride and glory they proclaim, befitting of God's name. Circling in joyous dance, proclaiming divine rule, call, O God, upon the sun, enable it to shine. Reach your gaze into the moon, reshape that comely jewel. Showing praise to God, the heavens' hosts now sing, the holy angels thronging round, how beautiful they ring.
We'll continue on page 238 with Ahava Rabbah. (238)
Ahava Rabbah,
Ahatanu, Ahava Rabbah, Ahatanu, Ahava Rabbah,
Ahava Rabbah, Ahavatanu, Ahava Rabbah, Ahavatanu.
We continue at the top of page 240. The prayer speaks of gathering our dispersed people from the four corners of our earth. In honor of this, we gather the four corners of our talitot, our tzitzit, and bring them together into your dominant hand.
When we were looking for a streaming platform, we were looking for something reliable. It just had to work. We needed something that was easy.
Shalom, me'arba kanfot haaretz, v'tonichenu komemiyut, komemiyut me'yatzenu.
Baruch atah Adonai, haboher b'yamo Yisrael, b'yahava.
Amen. We turn to page 242. Please rise for Shema.
Shema.
We continue at the top of page 245 with just the first paragraph in the English.
If you will faithfully obey the commandments which I command you this day, to love God your God, and to serve God with all your heart and all your soul, then I will favor your land with rain at the proper season, in autumn and in spring. And you will harvest grain and wine and oil. I will give you grass in the fields for your cattle. You will eat and be satisfied.
We continue at the top of page 246. If you're wearing a talit, each time we get to the word tzitzit, we kiss our tzitzit.
Vayomer Adonai el Moshe lemor, daber el
b'nei Yisrael, v'amarta alehem, v'yasu lahem tzitzit, al kanfei bigdehem, l'dorotam, v'natnu al tzitzit, akana betil techelet, v'hayav lachem, l'tzitzit uritem oto, u'schartem et kol mitzvot Adonai, v'asitem otam, v'lo tatzuru acharei levavechem, v'acharei meichem, asher atem zonim achareihem, leman tizkeru, v'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'yitem kiroshim le'elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, v'yot lachem le'elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem, Emet.
With the word emet, we release our tzitzit. We're preparing for the section of our service that speaks of our redemption. Often redemption comes through our own action, partners with God in the world of justice. Owen has somebody to invite up for a reading.
Yes, but not on what it says. I would like to invite up one of the mentors that I had at camp, to Emily Lutkin, to do an English reading on nature.
The following is Chief Seattle's eloquent and ecological response to President Pierce's 1854 offer to buy a large tract of Indian land. How can we buy or sell the sky, the warmth of the land? The idea is strange to us. If we do not own the freshness of the air and the sparkle of the water, how can we buy them? Every part of this earth is sacred to my people. Every shining pine needle, every sandy shore, every mist in the dark woods, every clearing and every humming insect is holy in the memory and experience of my people. The sap that courses through the trees carries the memory of the red man. The perfumed flowers are our sisters. The deer, the horse, the great eagle, these are our brothers. The rocky crests, the juices of the meadow, the body heat of the pony and man all belong to the same family. The shining water that moves in the streams and rivers is not just water, but the blood of our ancestors. If we sell you land, you must remember that it is sacred, and you must teach your children that it is sacred, and that each ghostly reflection in the clear water of the lake tells of events and memories in the life of my people. The water's murmur is the voice of my father's father. The rivers are our brothers, they quench our thirst. The rivers carry our canoes and feed our children. If we sell you our land, you must remember and teach your children that the rivers are our brothers and yours, and you must henceforth give the rivers the kindness you would give any brother. You must teach your children that the ground beneath their feet is the ashes of our grandfathers. So that they will respect the land, tell your children that the earth is rich with the lives of our kin. Teach your children what we have taught our children, that the earth is our mother. Whatever befalls the earth befalls the sons of the earth. If men spit upon the ground, they spit upon themselves. This we know. All things are connected like the blood that unites one family. All things are connected. If we sell you our land, love it as we have loved it. Care for it as we have cared for it. Hold in your mind the memory of the land as it is when you take it. And with all your strength, with all your mind, with all your heart, Preserve it for your children and love it as God loves us all.
Continue on page 252 with Michamocha.
Michamocha ba'elim Adonai, Michamocha me'edav kodesh, Norah tehilot, Osei felech, Norah tehilot, Osei.
We were looking for a platform that would help to reflect the high standards of the Wharton brand.
לשמחה שפת הים, יחד כולם הודו והמלכו ויאמרו, אדוני אלוה, אדוני אלוה, לעולם ועד, לעולם ועד.
Please rise for Torah Israel. Yisrael, Kurma be'ezrat Yisrael, Urei Necha, Yehuda be'Yisrael, Go Aleinu, Adonai Tzvaot Shemo, Kedosh Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai, God Israel. Amen. The Amidah begins on page 255.
Adonai sevatai tivta, Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor HaRav El Elyon Gomer Hasadim Tovim V'Konei HaKol Zocher Chasdei Avot Yamot U'Mevi Yolah Livnei Bnei Hands V'Zman Shemo V'Yahava Melech Ozer Maziach Yohanei Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham V'Ezrat Sarah Atah Kibor Ne'elam Adonai V'Elohim Yitzimatav Rav V'Moshiach V'Rafem V'Chaim V'Chesed V'Chayim Eitzim V'Rachamim Somer Noflim V'Rofei Cholim U'Mazir Asurim U'Mekayem V'Matov V'Shem Le'Ahav V'Chamocha V'Rot U'Rigo Melech Melech Menim V'Mechayem U'Mashiach Yeshua V'Mechan Tzaddik Me'os Metim Baruch atah Adonai Amen.
Continue at the top of page 256.
Baruch Yameru.
Baruch Yehovah Adonai,
Eloheinu Tofia, V'timlok Gam Elokim Achakim Anachnu Lav, Matai Timlok B'Tzion, V'karav B'yameinu Le'olam V'etishkal.
happening, feel free to continue. We're going to continue with the reading.
I would like to invite up my godmother, Iris, for a reading on peace.
When we were looking for a streaming platform, we were looking for something reliable. It just had to work. We needed something that was
Peace, our gift to the future. Each generation is challenged to pursue peace. Some meet that challenge better than others. If peace eludes us, we must ask if it is because of circumstances beyond our control or because our attitudes interfere with its realization. When we are cynical instead of idealistic, do we not interfere with peace? We work for peace when we believe in it as an ideal. When we are filled with despair instead of faith, do we not interfere with peace? We gain the strength for peace by joining with others. To those who claim that peace is not possible, we say, people who believe in nothing change nothing for the better. We must risk believing in peace and work for its achievement. This is our legacy from the past, and this is our gift to the future.
We'll continue with the prayer for peace. On page 266, Ose Shalom.
Ose Shalom Bimrama, Uyase Shalom Aleinu, Ve'ato Yisrael, Bimru, Amen. Yase Shalom, Yase Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'alko Yisrael. Yase Shalom, Yase Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'alko Yisrael. Amen. Continue with the Kaddish Shalom on page 306. Amen. Amen. Yehishmera Devorah, Le'olam lo ne'amaya, Yisparah. Yipperach fish kabach vid, bar vid, man vid, na se vid, dra vid, le vid, laus med kutja. Le'elam in kol birkat apashir tatus, chata v'nechamata dan, ram bi'alma v'immeru. Amen. Yikabel tzolotun uvurut chon v'kol Yisrael, kadam avon tefi shamaya v'immeru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba mitzamaya v'chaim aleinu v'yalko Yisrael v'immeru. Amen. Ose shalom b'mrama, Uyase shalom aleinu v'yalko Yisrael v'immeru. Amen. So we are going to make our way into the Torah service. So if you thought you were coming for one service this morning, you got 3 for the price of 1. We had the introductory service with Psukei de Zimra. We just completed the Shacharit, the morning service, and now we're going to begin the Torah service. I know Rowan has some Gabayim to invite up. Yeah.
I'd also like to invite up Rowan's mom, Cheryl Ackerman, to join us on the Minach.
The ark openers that happens now, yeah?
The curtain opener.
They're still opening the ark. There's doors that they already locked. Cousin Ruth and Brooke Hartman. Okay. And it's Gabayim. family friend Cindy Shelton and Dina Mattis. Over there. I'll try and say numbers right out.
So we'll begin on page 312 of the Torah service. When the curtain is opened, you'll please rise.
We were looking for a platform that would help to reflect the high standards.
ויעזור יגן יושיע לכל החוסים בו ונאמר אמן. הכל הבל גדול אלוהינו ותנו כבוד לתורה. תעמוד חיה מרים בת הרשלב וצידי עליה לעלייה הראשונה.
We are in the 8th Chaim, the red door in front of you, and we're on page 1094. Verse 6.
Ya'amod Hershlev ben Binyamin Bisara La'aliyah Hashniya.
Amen. Ki ata ba'el ha'aretz, asher Adonai Elohecha noten la, lo tilmad la'asot, v'tovot hagolim ha'hem, lo yimatzeh v'cha, ma'avir b'no uvito, ba'esh, kosem kesamim, Me'onein u'nachesh u'mchashev v'chover chaver v'sho'el o v'yionim v'doresh el hametim ki to'avat Adonai kol ze'eleh u'nifla ha'to'eva ha'eleh Adonai Elohecha morish otam mipanecha tamim tiyeh im Adonai Elohecha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lo mecharas et chayei olam natav v'socheinu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen.
We're now on page 1095, towards the bottom of verse 14.
Ya'amud Abraham Simcha ben Hershlev v'tzidi aliyah la'aliyah ha'revi'it. Alright, Slicha, Ta'amod, Reisha Sarah Bat Yaakov, B'Shaseh Tova, La'aliyah Hashishit. What a difference the number is.
Baruch et Adonai HaBarach. Baruch Adonai HaBarach Elam Ba'ed. Baruch et Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan banu et Toratot. Baruch et Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Ki hagoyim ha'eleh asher atah yoresh otam el me'onim ve'el kosamim yishma'u v'atah lokein natan lecha Adonai Elohecha no'avim v'kir.
When we were looking looking for a streaming platform, we were looking for something reliable. It just had to work. We needed
Ya'amud, Abraham, Simcha, Ben Hirschlad, B'Tzivya, Ya'amdu, Yosef Abigail, Bat Hirschlad, B'Tzivya, Yonatan Ben Miriam, Va'aliyah HaChamishit.
Amen. Ki yachlit Adonai Elohecha et hagoyim asher Adonai Elohecha noten lecha et artzam v'rishtam v'shavtem v'areim u'vateihem Shacharit tavdilach b'tov katzecha asher Adonai Elohecha noten lecha l'rishtam tachin lacha haderech V'shilashta et gvulatzecha asher yanfilcha Adonai Elohecha v'haya lanu sham kol rotzeach v'zeh davar harotzeach asher yanu shama v'chai asher yakeh et re'ehu v'lida'at v'hu lo soneh lo mitmo shishom ואשר יבוא את רעהו ויבקתו עצים ניחא ידו וכזה לכרות העץ ונשל הבוצר מן העץ ומצא את רעהו ומת הוא ינוס אל אחד הרים האלה וחי פן ידוף גו אל הדם אחרי הרוצח כי יחם לבבו ותשיגו כי יבט הדרך והקו נפש ולא אין משפט מוות כי לא שונא הוא לא מתמול שלשום על כן אנוכי מצווך לאמור שלוש ערים תבדילה
We are at the bottom of page 1098, verse 8.
Ya'amdu, Zibiyabat Moshe Chaim Beruz, Zed Israel Ben Yitzchak B'Lagapel, La'aliyah Ashishit.
The IBM Cloud Video Service provides us with complete flexibility. We use subscription, pay-per-view and ad-free, so we need that white label solution as well as the security to be able to keep our content behind the paywalls and not provide access to any viewer. It's quite amazing how far the growth of the actual company from a Sydney office has gone into every corner of the globe. IBM Cloud Video's global network of CDNs ensures our viewers have the first-class experience no matter where they are in the world. There's no buffering, there's no latency, there's no issues.
We're now on page 1099, verse 11.
Ya'abdu Yisrael ben Raphael Berkat Surabat Abimelech Bar-Mitzvah La'aliyah Hashbi'it. Ya'amud, 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 Reuben Nathanael ben Chaya Miriam, La'aliyah HaMaktir, Bar-Mitzvah. While the Torah is out, we're going to offer prayers of healing for those in our community who are in need of them. This week we're thinking of Linda Oster, Suzanne Privatuk, Walter Roth, Ray Cook, Sadie Fullerton, Roz Zakowitz, Stanford Brandt, Marilyn Rosenberg, Barry Seidel, Jody Bender, and Molly Gans. If you're saying a prayer of healing this morning for somebody whose name I have not yet mentioned and would like to add them to our prayers, I'll invite you to do so at this time. Join together for the prayer for healing on the inside back cover of our Sidurim.
We were looking for a platform that would help to reflect the high standards of the Wharton brand. IBM Cloud Video has helped us double our viewership. With a very high quality stream, it helps us to retain our viewers, and with modern features such as the Q&A module, it keeps those viewers engaged. And with the analytics console, we use the information provided from that to find out how we can make the viewing better for the next experience.
Turn to page 324 for the Chatzi Kaddish. This time, Rowan and his family would like to invite up Michael and Susan to lift and wrap the Torah.
Yitkadal v'yitkadal shemei rabba. V'yama dibra pirte v'yamrish malchute v'chaye chonu yahome chonu chaye yechol beit Yisrael bagala uvizman kariv v'meru Shomer alam navora le'olam olam le'amaya Yisara Yitzbarach v'yishtabach v'yitar v'yizman v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalah Shemei kodasham b'richu le'elam in kol birchasav Rasam tushbecha tavanechem ata Damim Ram V'Yama V'Maru Amen.
Please rise as the Torah is lifted and wrapped. Rowan is going to be reciting the blessing from Torah on page 326 of your blue cedar ring. And we'll be reading from page 1108 in your red 8 time.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ותשכח אדוני עושך נוטה שמיים ויוצא בארץ ותפחד תמיד כל היום מפני חמת המצית כאשר כונן להשחית תהיה חמת המצית מיד מהר צועק להיפתח ולא ימות לשחת ולא יצר לחמו ואנוכי אדוני אלוהיך ראש הים ויהמו גליו אדוני צבאות שמו וישים דברי בפיך ובצל ידי כיסיתיך לנטוע שמיים ולצעוד ארץ ולאמור לציון ענייך התעוררי התעוררי קומי ירושלים אשר שתית מיד אדוני את קוסמתו את קובת כוס התרלה שתית מצית אין מנהל לך מכל בנים ילדה ואין מחזיק בידה מכל בנים גידלה Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam tzor kol ha'amim tzadik b'chol hadorot ha'el ha'ne'eman ha'omer v'yoseh ha'medaber u'mekayem b'chol devarav emet v'tzedek ne'eman atahu Adonai Eloheinu v'ne'emanim devarecha v'davarecha midbarecha achor lo yashuv rekam כי המלך נאמן ורחמן אתה ברוך אתה אדוני האל הנאמן בכל דבריו רחם על ציון כי היא בית חיינו ולעלובת נפש תושיע במהרה בימינו ברוך אתה אדוני משמח ציון בבניה שמחנו אדוני אלוהינו ואליהו הנביא עבדך ומלכות בית דוד נשיבך במהרה יבוא ויגל ליבנו על כיסו לא ישב זר ולא ינחלו עוד החברים את כבודו כי בשם קודשך נשפט עליו שלא ישפנרו לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני מגן דוד על התורה ועל העבודה ועל הנביאים ועל יום השבת הזה שנתת לנו אדוני אלוהינו בקדושה ובמנוחה לכבוד ולתפארת
אמן.
על הכל אדוני אלוהינו אנחנו מודים לך ומברכים אותך יתברך שמך בפי כל חי תמיד לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני
Baruch Shemo
מקדש השבת
Amen. See myself, Mazel tov. All right, we are going to prepare to return the Torah to the Ark. We'll continue on page 340.
The IBM Cloud Video Service provides us with complete flexibility.
great.
Page 346. Seated.
Shabbat Shalom. First, I would like to thank you all for coming, even though I don't know most of you very well. To me, becoming a Bar-Mitzvah is a step into the next stage of my life. I am becoming a Jewish adult. Now, starting about 10 minutes ago, I am able to partake in all of the Jewish mitzvot that we, as the Jewish people, still perform today, such as wearing a tallit like the one I am wearing now, counting in the minyan, being called to the Torah for an aliyah, reading Torah, and most importantly, I am now responsible for my actions rather than my parents. All of the Hay class students are required to perform a mitzvah project. To do this, we must first choose an organization that we would like to help. Then, we must give some of our time to volunteer for the organization. I am named after my Uncle Robert, who died of leukemia. My Hebrew name is Reuven, which is the same name he had. So, in honor of him, I chose the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, or LLS. The Leukemia Lymphoma Society is a non-profit organization that raises money to find a cure for blood cancer. I chose LLS for my mitzvah project because, as I said earlier, my uncle died of leukemia in his 20s, and my grandmother, Cecile Ruff, ran for Woman of the Year and won, raising over $80,000. Every other year, the 7th and 8th graders at my school do a fundraising project called The Big Gift. Each child was given $30 as seed money, and we all chose an organization that we, alone or in a group, wanted to help. Again, in honor of my uncle, I chose to help LLS. In total, I raised $1,179, about $800 of which was donated by people in this room. One of the things that I did to raise money for LLS is I and 3 of the other groups ran what is called Penny Wars. From this, each group got almost $250. I also raised $834 on my GoFundMe page and from selling Tootsie Pops at my school. To volunteer for LLS, I helped out at the quarter auction at the beginning of May. A quarter auction is a cross between an auction and a raffle, and if you want to learn more about it, you can search it on the internet later. In the weeks prior to the quarter auction, I helped by tallying out what was in each bag or basket for the description cards. I dropped off some flyers at my school the day of the quarter auction. I helped to set up the baskets on the counter and made sure that we had all of them. I also helped to set up the tables with LLS bling. As people came in, my mom helped them find an auction paddle, if they wanted one in particular, and I helped them find the corresponding ball. Doing the big give and helping out with the quarter auction made me feel like I was really making a difference in the world. Rather than donating $1 or $2 to an organization, I donated a fair amount to LLS, while also helping them raise over $5,000 from the quarter auction. I would like to thank... 6,000? Okay, 6,000. Is that over 6,000 or 6,000 plus? Over 6,000. Okay, over $6,000 from the quarter auction. Hey, say over 6,000 is over 500. And 5,000 is also over 500. I would like to thank you all who have donated to LLS, whether it was through the quarter auction, my big gift, or in some other way. Thank you for donating. My parsha is for Shacharit, which means judges. In Shoftim, the Torah talks about 5 distinctly different types of justice. 1. Justice between you and God, as opposed to the other 4, which have to do more with justice between you and other people. 2. The rules and regulations of appointing a king, if they really want to. 3. The cities of refuge. 4. Number of witnesses. And 5. The rules of warfare. Some of the ways in which justice
We were looking for a platform that would help to reflect the...
Probably should. First, the rules about put restrictions on the king so that he does not have too much power. The king cannot be rich in any way. He can't have lots of horses or many wives or increase his gold and silver. He must follow all of the spiritual rules of his people. He must write the law and read it every day of his life. Because of this, the king will hopefully not be corrupted. This is good advice for any government, and it is likely that very few nations had limitations on their government at that time, and many governments still have problems with corruption. Moving on to the rules on war, some seem like they are good ideas because they put into consideration the soldiers' mental well-being instead of just their physical usefulness. They let soldiers go home if they were young and still had a lot to do in the world, or if they were scared because they might make other soldiers scared. Now, the rules on witnesses. There must be 2 or 3 witnesses giving the same information. If it is found who collaborated to give false testimony or lied, their testimony does not count. Furthermore, the false witnesses get the punishment that they sought for the accused person. One of the things that I thought was important in my Torah portion was that we, as the Jewish people, as the people of Israel, were commanded to set aside 3 cities of refuge. These cities are a solution to an archaic law that would best be left in the Bronze Age. This law and other older laws from before the Torah says that anyone who commits a crime must be punished. However, if they do it unintentionally, they should not be punished. The cities of refuge focus mainly on manslaughter, for which the punishment was death. In the case of an intentional manslaughter, the bloodbenders, the family of the person who was killed, must find and kill the person who killed their relative. However, in the case of an unintentional manslaughter, the person can flee to one of the aforementioned cities and be safe from the bloodbenders. There are 3 of these cities, so that it is not an exceptionally long distance for someone to travel to get to one. In my parsha, it gives the example of someone going into the woods with a neighbor to chop wood for fire or for building, and the head of the axe flies off and kills the other person. They can go to one of these cities. However, if it is found that this was intentional, the axe head was intentionally not fixed properly, or they had disliked their neighbor, they would not be permitted to enter the city, and if they made it in before they found out the elders of the city, will take them out. This, as a whole, is something that we as a country should probably start doing. Some of the laws in my parsha are things that nobody does anymore because they are old and mostly inhumane, and most governments won't let you do them. These include some of the laws about war. First, the people are told that before they besiege a city, they must first offer a peace offering. This peace offering is not as it sounds. Really, it's something like this. Hey, we don't like you. Become our slaves and we won't be really mean. Otherwise, we're going to kick your butt. And because they are doing what is right in the sight of God, they will succeed in kicking the butt of their foes. However, if they would not want to destroy everything during the butt kicking, because they would get all of the city's plunder. The people of Israel were also commanded to kill all of the men and to take the women and children as spoils of war. This, of course, is entirely inhumane. Moving on, anyone worshipping in the wrong way, planting a tree near the altar, or sacrificing an animal to the blemish, must be put to death. This, again, is inhumane. Getting back to the idea of revenge, there is always the possibility that a family will want to revenge the death of their relative, even when their relative was killed as vengeance. Thus, a circle of vengeance is created, somewhat like a game of tag with 2 teams, and every time a team becomes bigger, they lose a player. Not so good. Whenever a dead body was discovered between towns, and there were not witnesses, and therefore no one could be rightly accused and then killed, the elders of the city nearest to the dead person would take a heifer that had never been worked to a tree that never dried up, so hard in a desert which much of Israel is, and break its neck and wash away the blood and say a prayer so that the blood guilt washes away as well. This wraps up the bad laws. Justice is very important to have in the world. It gives a fair way to resolve conflicting claims with a fair judge and witnesses. Justice helps to avoid anarchy. However, if the justice doesn't have enough restrictions, it could lead to a dictatorship-like government. So, we must have justice to restrict the justice. In biblical times, justice was used mainly for giving out punishment to those who deserved it. However, in modern times, it is used also for giving out rewards to deserving people. A segment of one of the Merriam-Webster definitions for justice is the establishment of or determination of rights according to the rules of law or equity. This is shown by the Supreme Court, which has on multiple occasions looked to the Constitution to say, you can't do that, but it also said, you can't do that because it's just wrong. The sages of the early Middle Ages didn't demand that all the laws of the Torah were carried out exactly as written. If the laws didn't seem logical or humane, they would reinterpret them until they could actually have them carried out. To wrap up my section on my Torah portion, I'm going to talk about another project that we do at my school. This project was originally completely unrelated to a Bar-Mitzvah, but I made it very related to mine. Every other year at my school, the 7th and 8th graders write a picture book. Said picture book must be about social justice. Quite often, kids will write about someone who is being bullied or about some environmental issue. But I wrote about something completely different. I wrote about someone who completely disagreed with the Torah portion. I figured that I would make the main character, Shimon, have the same Torah portion as me, so that I could relate to Shimon more and get used to my parsha. As it turned out, that made it easier to write than I think it would have been if I had used just any old Torah portion. If we were not pressed for time, I would read a few passages from my book, such as the portion of Shimon's Bar that I put into my book. There's a copy of the book on the table outside of the sanctuary, over there. Through the doors, there's a bunch of stuff on the table. It's there. It's hard to miss. If you want to see it, or you can view it, and it is available for sale on the internet. You can access this information by using the link in your pamphlet, if you got a pamphlet, which hopefully everyone did. My Haftarah really doesn't have anything to do with my Torah portion. This is because it is one of the Haftarot of consolation. The Haftarot of consolation are the 7 Haftarot immediately following Tisha B'Av, basically the day that everything bad happened to Jews. First temple was destroyed, second temple was destroyed, etc. These Haftarot are, as the name implies, meant to console people in the weeks after Tisha B'Av. Lastly, I would like to thank everyone who has helped me get to this point, to be able to actually do this, to become a Bar-Mitzvah. First, I would like to thank my mom for pushing me to practice my Torah and Haftarah, and then later to write my Devar, and for doing most of the work to get the tablecloths, organizing the caterer, and many, many other things. I would like to thank my dad for pressuring me to complete my first draft of my Devar by the end of spring break. This, needless to say, did not happen. I actually completed the first draft probably only about 2 weeks ago. Yeah. My dad made sure that I was practicing my Hebrew, nearly every day, starting around the end of May. I would like to thank Rabbi Jacob for studying my Torah and Haftarah with me, and my family for going through that with me and my family, and going through my Devar repeatedly over the internet and in person. I would like to thank myself and Zadie for supporting me in any way that they could, and myself for choosing to read Torah for the first time at my Bar-Mitzvah. I would like to thank my teachers, who I had my Bar-Mitzvah seconds with, Peter Hanford, Adina Mattis, and Rosalie Dior, for all that they did to help me prepare for this day. I would like to thank Dode, my uncle, for originally teaching me how to read Hebrew when I was 5 or 6 years old. It definitely helped me in my first few years of Hebrew school. And lastly, I would like to thank everyone who I did not mention who helped me prepare for this amazing day. Shabbat Shalom.
Wow. You see why I didn't cover all the details in my Devar last night. Eshkoach, Rowan. Thank you for teaching us Torah. This time I'd like to invite up Rowan's father to offer him a blessing.
If I had been given the opportunity to speak to Rowan before the service, I could have told you how proud I am of him, how fortunate we are to be led in prayer by such a capable young man.
When we were looking for a streaming platform, we were looking for something reliable. It just had to work.
But speaking now as I am at the conclusion of the service, or near the conclusion of the service, you have all seen these things. You've taken this day, this mitzvah, into your hearts. So what can I tell you? Perhaps I can tell you a little bit about Rowan. and the path that I have seen him travel to get here to this day. The paths which Rowan will blaze in the future, I cannot see, but I am eager to watch Rowan explore whatever may come and to share with him whatever guidance I can impart. Shalom. Peace. Could there be a more perfect salutation? No need to carry a white flag or shout, "We come in peace," at the gates. Shalom. Rowan has always shied away from conflict, viscerally repulsed by historic monuments such as Fort Delaware. Shied away from conflicts, but not because he was too timid to stand up for what was right. What's the right moment in the service? Whether or not apples are crunchy. They're not crunchy. He's willing to stand up for apples are not crunchy. Rowan has also always had an acute sense of fairness, a person who abides by the rules and is troubled greatly by injustice. If there is a parsha on advocacy, that might also have seemed to fit Rowan and how he lives in the world. Rowan is an advocate for what is right, an advocate for fairness, for kindness, and for justice. One of my memories as a father, seared in my memory like it was yesterday, due to my own failures. Rowan was 3 or 4. I was in the process of banishing him to his room for a while, for something which I have long since forgotten. I do remember that Rowan was upset, and that I had very much lost my temper. As Rowan ascended the stairway, through his tears, he made sure that I knew that while he was going to comply with my requirements, he knew very well that I was the one who was wrong. My actions were the ones out of line, my punishment, which he knew was unjust. This ability to see justice through the fog of fraught emotions is an incredible gift. A similar insight was required to discern the justice contained within his Parshat Shoftim and the density of guidance contained therein. Rowan is also incredibly forgiving. Even after that moment on the stairs, Rowan had forgiven and let go only hours later. Perhaps no one has been as blessed by his forgiveness as I have been over the years. Thank you, Rowan. Thank you. Your ability to forgive is a blessing to all those who surround you, and will hopefully save you many friendships and lose you many grudges. I wrote here that there are 4 pillars of Rowan's humanity, omitting by my blindness or lack of thinking about it, his keen sense of timing, which you all saw only minutes ago. That would be a 5th pillar. Shalom, forgiveness, advocacy, justice. Justice. What better pillar to encompass the other 3? I'm not sure what the common timing fits in. Of these 4 pillars of Rowan's humanity, how fitting is it that justice, Shoftim, falls on Rowan's 13th birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, Rowan. Rowan's mother, Cheryl, and his Savta brought the Jewish festivals into Rowan's life from before he can remember. Seal brought him here to temple on occasion when he was very young, and sometime midway through, I think it was about 3rd grade, in about the middle of the year. 2nd grade? February of 2nd grade. Rowan chose to attend Sunday school here, just sort of filtered in. The following year, Rowan officially enrolled in Hebrew school here, and becoming a Bar-Mitzvah has always been an important part for Rowan. A destination, a stepping stone into your Jewish faith and Jewish future. Becoming a Bar-Mitzvah also kept Rowan motivated when he was tired on a Tuesday afternoon, when school didn't go so well. Becoming a Bar-Mitzvah kept Rowan focused on learning Hebrew letters, prayers, reading, meaning, understanding, and interpretation. When school was noisy or full of distractions, Rowan attempted to stay focused, keeping that Bar-Mitzvah in the future of his mind. Today, Rowan, you are a Bar-Mitzvah, gaining responsibility for yourself in the eyes of God. In my clouded and failing eyes, not from age, but from lack of insight, I think that you have always taken charge of your Jewish faith, of your Jewish identity, and living justly in the world. I'm proud of you, Rowan. I'm proud of this day. I love you.
First and foremost, I guess, as everyone is saying, I'm really proud of you. I think you've done an amazing job today. You've put in so much time and effort that it couldn't be otherwise, really. I'm really proud of that. What I wanted to say to you today comes out of one of the millions and millions of sayings that come across my Facebook or come across something else. And every now and then one of them looks really good and I print it out and I stick it on my wall at work. And this one was something like, there are two things we must give to our children, roots and wings. And I think you have some really, really strong roots. Roots secure you to this world. They stabilize you in life. You also bring up nutrients to fill you from your roots. You have some that are long, some that are thick, some that are branching. And I think, in my view, some of your roots you were born with. You came into this world with some of your own roots just ready to plant into the ground, like your intellect, your sensitivity, again, your sense of justice. It seems like that's a theme everyone keeps commenting on because it's so true. Your connection with nature. There are just some things that were there. I remember you as an infant, we would take you outside when the moon was out, and you were just transfixed by the moon and by just being out in nature. And it was such a beautiful thing. Other roots you've grown through your various communities that you're connected with. Your community at Temple Bethel, your religious community, your community of NCCL, your school, and the friends you have there, and the way you've learned there. Your community at Green River Preserve Camp that you love so much. And your family, of course, you can't forget. Your immediate and your extended family. And you are fortunate to have representatives from all of your communities here today to witness what you're doing and support you in your growth. And I hope you feel connected to them, and I hope you feel what they provide you with. You get some strength and comfort and joy from all of them. But the way I see it is that, again, you get nutrients from your roots. They help you grow. And I see all of that as sort of developing into the feathers necessary for you to grow your wings. And you take your, from the inner, grounded, and sometimes hidden, comes growth and flight for you. New opportunities, new challenges that you'll be able to face. Pushing your limits, your edges, which you really like to do. You take hold of something and you just go to the nth degree.
We use IBM Cloud Video to distribute our video to
your roots and these wings that you're growing will take you there. Where will your Jewish identity and values lead you? Where will your love of nature lead you? Where will your sense of justice lead you in those wings? Where will they take you in flight? So what I would have to say to you today, I guess, is draw on these roots that you have, on the communities that you have, grow your wings and fly. Become the truest and best you that you can be, because that's really the best thing you can do for yourself and for the world out there that you're going to be living in. Your communities will be here to help through the challenges and celebrate your accomplishments. I love you, and I feel so incredibly blessed to have you as my son.
It's now my privilege to call upon Cindy Bender to present Rowan with some gifts on behalf of the congregation.
Rowan, I'm here as a member of the board of Temple Bethel and as thankfully a family friend who's watched you grow up for about the past 4 years. Personally, couldn't be prouder of you, and your speech is amazing. The comic timing is fantastic. No doubt you will go far in this life with your wit and your intellect, and we're all very proud of you. So on behalf of the board and the congregation of Temple Bethel, we present you with a few things to help you along with your Jewish life, your Jewish experience, and Jewish studies. So I think there is Kiddush Cup, Tanakh, and other things to help you along. And Mazel Tov, we're very proud. You've done a wonderful job. I'm so glad to call you a friend.
You ready? So Rowan, the next thing on my outline is Yismechu. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. We're going to turn to page 382 for Yismechu. V'yavo v'kidashto Shabbat V'endat yamim oto karata Zecher v'ma'aseh b'reish Shabbat Yismeru v'malechut lecha Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei Odei Shabbat Yismeru v'malechut lecha Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei Odei Shabbat.
Okay, so last reading, I would like to invite up my grandparents on my dad's side to do an English reading on Shabbat. Same one you did yesterday. Over there.
What is the sweetest sound in all the earth? The king asked the wise men and women of his council, but no one knew the answer. So the king called all the musicians of the kingdom to the palace to play their sweetest melodies. Each of you play a tune, he commanded, and I will decide which is the sweetest to my ears. Early Friday morning, the king sat on his balcony to listen. All day, the violins sang, the flutes fluttered, the harps twanged, and the horns blew. The bells rang, the drums beat, the chimes pealed, and the cymbals crashed. The gongs rang, and the lyres strummed, the trumpets blared, and the pipes whistled, the lutes lilted, and all the other instruments sang and sounded as sweetly as they could. But the king still couldn't decide which sound was the sweetest. As the sun was about to set, he clasped his hands to his aching head. "Stop!" he shouted to all the music makers.
A woman dressed in her Sabbath best called out, "O king, I have an answer to your question." And she took 2 candles from her pocket and placed them on a railing on the balcony. She struck a match. The candle flames flickered up just as the sun began to go down. Covering her eyes with her hands, she chanted, "Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, the source of life, who make us holy through your mitzvot and call us to light the Shabbat candles." Then she took her hands away from her face. "Listen," she whispered. The king listened. He could hear nothing. He listened again. Still nothing. "It is the sound of the Sabbath," the woman whispered again. "It is the sound of shalom, of peace."
"Ah," said the king at last.
When we were looking for a streaming platform, we were looking for something reliable. It just had to work.
Turn to page 402 as we continue with Aleinu. Owen, do you want to invite up some people to close the act for us? About Ruth and Brooke.
Huh?
Ruth and Brooke?
Yeah, Ruth and Brooke. That's not actually written down anywhere as far as I know.
It's on the second sheet of your piece.
Yeah. Which is, I don't know where at this point, because the thing is a mess.
That's why I keep the second copy.
Anyway.
On page 402, please rise. This time in our service, we remember those that we have recently lost and those that we have lost in this season and years past. Thinking of the recent passing of Bertram Levin, husband of Shelley Levin, Jerry Oster, husband of Linda Oster, and Bernice Cohen, mother-in-law of Phyllis Cohen. We're also honoring the yortsides of Alan Schwartz, father of Rosalie Wortman, Belle Wolfe, grandmother of Diana Kane, Doris Fleischman, sister-in-law of Marilyn Rosenberg, Edith Stone, aunt of Arlene Spielman, Esther Weiner, grandmother of Nancy Rudolph, Erwin Teitelbaum, brother of Richard Teitelbaum and uncle of Robert Teitelbaum, and Naomi Gans, mother of Abner Gans. If you are mourning, absorbing a yortzeit, or it is your custom to stand during Kaddish Yatom, I'll invite you to please rise. You're saying Kaddish this morning for somebody whose name I have not yet mentioned and would like to add them to our prayers. I'll invite you to do so. Join together on page 410. Yikadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. V'almad v'barach v'rutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei v'chol beit Yisrael. V'agala v'zman kariv v'yimru. Amen. Yahei shmei Rabbah v'barach v'olam v'lamei amayah. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitfa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yishadar v'yis'aleh v'yis'halal shemei d'kudsha b'richu. La'ela ninkol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran v'alma v'imru. Amen. Yahei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom v'rumav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei sevel v'imru. Amen. May their memories be a blessing. I'd like to invite Cindy Bender back to the podium to share announcements with us.
So today you all got your handout. Got that right. Hello, my name is Cindy Bender. I'm a member at large on the board here at Temple Bethel, and I'd like to welcome everybody this morning to this wonderful, wonderful event for Rowan. Mazel tov to Rowan and his family, and welcome to all of you who are sharing this special day with us. Thank you to Rowan's extended family for sponsoring our own egg last evening and our Kiddush following services today in honor of Rowan becoming a Bar-Mitzvah. Where are you? Yeah. This Tuesday, here's the administrative part. This Tuesday, August 21st, is our last registration open house. Please stop by between 5:30 and 7:30 to bring in your membership and school registration forms. The co-presidents, our treasurer, and our synagogue school administrator will be available to answer all your questions, big or small. Please mail in, email, or drop off your membership and school tuition forms to the office no later than Wednesday, August 30th, about a week and a half from now. Please join us next Friday and Saturday for Shabbat services as Evelyn Mahar becomes a Bar-Mitzvah. Religious school is back in session on Sunday, August 26th, a week from tomorrow. There will be a parent breakfast meeting at 9:30 while the kids are in class. Also on Sunday the 26th, we are hosting a welcome back barbecue for all our current members, past members, and potential members. If you haven't RSVP'd yet, please do so. You can call our main office at 302-366-8330. You can email Melissa at mmiller@tbede.org or register online. We hope you're able to join us for this fun-filled event. Our regular office hours will begin this Tuesday, August 21st. Please see our weekly email or our website for more information at, again, tbede.org. And I do have to read the anniversaries again today, yes? Yes, okay, all right. Before I do that, children, reminder to come up and get your attendance sticker for services today. And if you'd like any more information related to any of our events or hours of operation, please check the handout or our website. Yes, very good, Seal. Our upcoming anniversaries: Joe and Lynn Sontowski on August 19th, Adam and Beth Fair on August 20th, Joe Despins and Janet Goldblatt on August 21st, and I think these people coordinated it a long time ago to play a trick on me today. Stephen and Ann Osmond on August 21st, Stephen and Helene Tanny on August 23rd, Stephen and Susan Oakins on August 25th, and Jeff and Sue Hurst on August 25th also. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
The IBM Cloud Video Service provides us with complete flexibility.
Are we inviting your class up for the moment?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yes. Come on now.
We would like to invite up Rowan's class to join us on the bima for Adon Olam on page 412. Turn to page 418. Please rise for the Shamru. Please join us in the center aisle to make motzi.